welcome to Bar Cart Bookshelf, a video series about books and the drinks they inspire. My name is Elias, and today we're looking at A Declaration of the Rights of Magicians by H.G. Parry. This came out last summer in 2020 and is the first half of the Shadow Histories Duology. I really enjoyed this book when it came out last summer, and in celebration of the concluding half of the duology, A Radical Act of Free Magic, coming out this week, I wanted to revisit the drink that I made for book one while I wait for my pre-order to arrive. Really looking forward to diving back into this wonderful interplay of 18th century history and magic again. The thing about this book is that if you are a lover of speculative elements, if you are a lover of history, if you are a fan of, for example, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, which was one of my favorites growing up, then you're really going to have a good time. I certainly did, and I look forward to seeing the conclusion of the story. I really loved the way that Parry is able to keep history completely the same, to follow the narrative as our sources report, and still keep things fresh and interesting, and keep the reader engaged with the characters as well as historical figures. The drink for this book is inspired by one of the leads, the English Prime Minister Lord Pitt, who, over the course of the novel, is required to drink an elixir for certain reasons related to his own magical protection. And so we're celebrating some classic English ingredients and making a potion that I believe is decidedly more pleasant to enjoy than the elixir that Lord Pitt is required to drink. So, Lord Pitt's elixir begins with sloe gin. Here, this is from Hayman's of London, a gin producer in the UK. Sloe gin, we've got 2 ounces of that, is going to be a liqueur in the gin family, a little bit lower in proof than your standard gins, and tart and bright because of the sloes, really nice for the summer while still retaining those herbal characteristics that you expect from a gin. We're going to add to that 1 ounce of our maple walnut liqueur, another one of my homemade liqueurs. This is going to add some nuttiness, some depth, a real sort of balance to the tart brightness of the sloe gin. And really nice for the sort of rainy summer days, the stereotypical English summer. To round out the drink and to season our cocktail, we've got our bitters here, using the Prohibition aromatic from 1821, small bitters producer based down in Atlanta, Georgia. They have some really intense flavors to their bitters. We're going to get 2 dropperfuls in there. This is a place where if you can't get these really excellent bitters, you can try substituting Angostura. These are aromatic bitters, so in that family with a lot of baking spice notes, cinnamon, clove, allspice. But I find that the 1821 option really does add a great deal more than Angostura does, especially in this cocktail, but I use them all the time. They are wonderful. Now we're going to add our ice to the mixing glass here. Our large ice cubes in there for stirring, and we're going to give that a stir for about 20 seconds. This is really the sort of chef's flame of a cocktail ice. It's diluting the drink, it's marrying the flavors, it's going to lighten and brighten and cut down on any sort of harsh notes that you might find from your spirits, and really do a lot more than make your drink cold. So we've got that stirred there, our julep strainer, vintage style, appropriate to the 18th century when this really was the primary cocktail strainer, though used in serving, not in pouring your drink from the mixing glass. We're going to pour that into our glass this week, the Manhattan glass. Oh, a nice small glass that I think lends itself to stirred cocktails and to sort of punch-style drinks that would be popular in the 18th century. It's a light, bright cocktail while still having a great deal of depth and weight to it. Definitely something to enjoy while exploring H.G. Parry's alternate 18th century. I can't wait for my copy of A Radical Act of Free Magic to arrive to see what inspiration that brings out. Please remember to like and subscribe, and until next time, cheers.